Hi colouring friends, welcome back to my channel and another colour and chat with me, Freya. In today's video we're going to be colouring in this super cute crosswalk page from the book Cozy Cuties by Coco Wyo. I've grabbed out these particular colours because I've seen a tutorial on TikTok for a galaxy sky that I thought might be fun for this page. So I'll pop the screenshot of the TikTok account onto the screen, but I think the girl's name was Court Colors. She used just a blue and a purple, but I've added some pink and some teal just to jazz it up a little bit. So basically lay down all the sort of messy bits of colour and then go back in with the grey and keep layering with the colours that you've used to make a nice blended sort of sky. This is the first attempt at this particular tutorial that I've ever done. Normally I just wing my skies, but I thought this one looked really fun, so I thought I'd give it a go. I think I did miss a few steps that Court Colors used on hers, but I still do quite like how mine turned out. I just think next time I might make sort of a big colourful blast through the sky instead of these separate little blobs of colour, because I think that might be a bit more realistic next time. But I do quite like how this sort of effect turned out. So after I did all the colours and blending, I decided to go over the pink with a darker pink because it just hadn't blended as well as the other colours, so I really wanted to make it look a little softer. So then in the tutorial she actually went over the sky with coloured pencils to help blend everything a little bit more, so I just grabbed my new Prismacolor Pencils and I started to try and blend everything, just focusing on the edges of those blobs. And I only have a small pack of these, so it was a little tricky to get the right sort of colour match, but I think I did pretty well with what I had. I do actually have a big set of the Faber Castel Black Edition pencils, so I do grab out a teal one of those in a minute, and I add some of those as well. The only thing I don't like about the Faber Castel ones is that they make the page very like sort of shiny and leave a sheen to the page, and it makes it a bit hard to photograph the finished pages. But I do like the texture that they bring, and I have so many more of them, so I have better color choices in that brand, but I think I need to invest in some more Prismacolor pencils. So then after all that was done, I just went in and I filled everything in with the block colors. I focused on making the foreground a little lighter than the background because I wanted to create a bit of depth and make it look like everything in the front was kind of being lit up a little bit where the characters are. So I colored in 3 of the trees in this lighter green, and then I decided to do just a darker green. In hindsight, I feel like maybe I should have made this particular tree just the lighter green as well, but it's too late now. So this is typically how I will color in a page. Sometimes I'll start with the sky or any other prominent element that I want to make fancy. And then I'll just fill in everything else as I go, just choosing colors intuitively and trying to keep somewhat of a cohesive color palette by using the colors all through the page. In this particular book, I've colored this puppy dog the same sort of brown tones, and so I wanted to keep him brown, but I added, I chose a darker shade because it's meant to be a nighttime scene. I actually ran out of the yellow that I used on the big duck, but I picked a shade very, very close to do her wing and the little ducks. I have quite a few yellows, so that was lucky. Then I went in and I colored the grass in with this blue color. I figured since it was night scene, I could get away with blue grass. I do need to challenge my my realm of color choices, because I often just pick realistic colors, and I think it would be fun to do fantasy colors a bit more often and think outside of the box when it comes to colors. So maybe the challenge for my next page should be to do pink grass or yellow grass or something a little different, because I guess blue grass is still kind of mainstream for a nighttime scene. I picked a really dark grey for the road in the back, and then I chose just slightly lighter grey for the road in the front under the crosswalk. In hindsight, I probably could have gone a little bit lighter in the front, but I'm not too upset with how it turned out. I do get a little bit courageous with some shadows, but that is not quite yet. So stick around if you want to hear my cringing story of the shadows. So I know that zebra crossings or pedestrian crossings, I don't know if everywhere calls them zebra crossings or just Australia. I know they're typically white and black, but obviously I was doing this as a nighttime scene, so I just colored them in like a bit of a gray, so it looked like it was white but at night. And then I just filled in a bunch of the other colors. I did the sign. I was gonna try and make the little walk sign on this light a little fancier, but I kind of forgot about that and just colored it in gray. I had no idea what to do for his hat. I think this dog, he reminds me of the postman dog in one of the other pages, and I think he might be a postman, not just a crossing lady or a crossing guard or anything. And I think he's just helping the ducks across the road out of the goodness of his heart. So I kind of wanted him to still be, just like a little postie. And then I actually had to turn off the video so that I could Google, is it red at the top of the traffic lights, or is it green? Because I don't know, for some reason I could not remember if it was red, orange, green, or green, orange, red. I don't know. I don't know. My brain is just not with it today. It's a great day to do a voiceover. So here I am just adding shadows and some texture to the leaves of the trees. Once everything's colored in, I pretty much just go to town with shadows and details, and until I feel like the page is detailed enough, or pretty enough for my liking. So that's all I'm doing here, is just adding extra shadows, extra textures, anything I can think of to add a little razzle dazzle to the page. So this is where I started to add some texture to the road, and I had this brilliant idea that I could draw some shadows for the characters, so that it looked like they were casting some shadows across the road. And in my brain at the time, this was a genius idea, but I struggled with it, and you'll see. So here I am, just using a pencil to outline where I'm gonna draw the shadows, because I thought I'd be very careful with it. And I kind of knew that this could be a mistake before I even started it. And it was at this point where I was like, oh dear, what have I done? But I was committed. I was committed at this point to these shadows. And it was too dark to fix. Well, maybe not too dark to fix. I attempt to fix it, and I think I somewhat succeed at fixing it. But it was definitely a trial and error of how to fix these dark shadows. There's sort of no going back at this point, just forward. So because I'd done such dark shadows on the ground, I thought I had better add some pretty drastic shadows on the characters themselves, just to create that sort of contrast that would make the shadows underneath them maybe a little bit more believable. And even now, I was thinking, oh my goodness, this is really dark. But I do actually like how the entire page turned out. So it was definitely a trust the process kind of moment. This is where I start to try and fix it. I use my Prismacolor pencils, just a grey one at first, just to lighten up where the crosswalk is underneath the shadows. But then I do decide to grab out a white one and try and lighten them up a little bit more. And then I've just rubbed out some of it when it's gotten a little bit too messy, and I've gone in and tried again with the white pencil. The only trouble with the Prismacolor pencils is they are so pigmented, they do cover the black lines, so that's why I was trying to tidy it up a bit. I used the grey to lighten up the other parts of the shadow, just where the road is. And I think it worked. I think it helped. But yes, I think next time I might not be so advantageous when it comes to shadows. But it was a fun sort of learning experience. I go in with the Colour Splendor here and try and lighten things up even more, and create a bit more texture through the shadows. It didn't actually work very well. I think this Colour Splendor is running out, and I probably need a replacement or two, because I do use them quite often. So this is my favourite part of the process, where I get to add little blushy cheeks to the characters. So I mixed a bit of red and pink, since this was a darker scene, and created this sort of medium pink shade for the characters, and I just added it with a Q-tip until I was happy with how everything looked. I added a little bit more on the puppy dog, and I just blended in with my finger. I'm not too fancy about it. So after I did that, I went in with some more Prismacolor pencils, and I added this sort of pink glow to the trees and some of the other elements on the page. I thought it would give a nice sort of like galaxy feel to the rest of the page, so that it looked like there was some light reflections coming out of the sky, lighting up just the edges of things. And yeah, I really do like how it looked. So I focused on that for a while, and then I switched to this light blue, just for some of the lower items on the page, like the grass and the top of the road. And yeah, I think it was quite effective in creating a little bit of lighting without being too dramatic. I mean, the shadows are already dramatic enough, so... and then I used a yellow Prismacolor pencil to highlight around the little lantern. I didn't want to go too crazy with the lantern or the lighting from the lantern, so I just added a little bit, and then with a lighter shade as well. After that, I thought it would be fun to add some texture to the grass, so I thought I would test out my brand new Guangna acrylic paint pens. These ones are brush tip, and yeah, I am in love with these. They are so pigmented, they're so opaque, and they look so good when they go on. The tips are really fine, and yeah, I've tried to be very careful with them because I don't want the tips to fray. But yeah, here I am using a pink one just to do some highlights on the trees. I really love these pens so much. I did get a 60 pack, but I think they come in much bigger sets, so I might have to go back and get a bigger set eventually, because I just love them. They're so good. So after doing all of the highlights with the pink, I decided to do some little pink stars as well. So it's the same pink that I used on the trees, and then I went in with a yellow one and just added some little sparkles around the lantern just to make it look extra shimmery and cute. And then I thought it would be a genius idea to use a light grey on the road And I think this step actually helped fix those shadows quite a bit. So I was really happy with myself after that. I was really pleased. And then I went back in with just my Uni-ball Signo white gel pen, and I added all the highlights. I did the stars in the sky, and yeah, just added a few little highlights. I'd already done quite a few highlights with the pink, so I didn't go too crazy with this white one, but I couldn't not use it. And this is the finished page. I really am quite happy with how it turned out. I think I saved the shadows. It was a bit touch and go, but we got there in the end. The sky is really pretty and fun, and I definitely would do this sort of thing again. But yeah, maybe just a different shape next time across the sky. But yeah, I'm really pleased with this page. This is actually for a buddy colour I'm doing with my friend Christy, so I hope she enjoys seeing it when I send it to her. If you made it to the end of this video, I want you to give yourself a pat on the back. It was a long one, but I appreciate you being here, and I hope you had a good time watching this page come to life. If you enjoy these kinds of videos, please feel free to subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Okay, bye!